For centuries, the rules of reality have been carefully written by those who hold the power. We are taught to trade our time for money. We are taught to save. We are taught that hard work is the ultimate virtue. But there is a silent arithmetic, forbidden system of math that is never discussed in any school. It is the math that allows the 1% to amass centuries of wealth in a single decade, while the rest of the world works to exhaustion. What if the greatest lie you were ever told is that wealth is difficult to achieve? What if the path to true freedom is not a mystery of intelligence or luck, but simply a master class in understanding one invisible game? Today, we pull back the curtain on the 3 hidden laws that govern the engine of wealth. Welcome to the Forbidden Masterclass. This is the math of the masters. The first forbidden principle is leverage. We are raised to believe in our own strength, but the 1% understands that the force of a single man is meaningless. True power lies in the lever. Think of a vast cargo ship crossing the Atlantic. 1,000 sailors working day and night cannot carry what that single vessel carries effortlessly. The ship is the lever for their labor. In the world of finance, leverage is using other people's time, other people's labor, other people's systems, and most importantly, other people's capital to build your own future. Let me tell you the tale of 2 builders, Peter and John. In a small town, they both had the same skill. They both wanted to build the greatest market in the village. Peter, a man of pride, believed only in himself. He worked from sunrise to sunset, brick by himself. He believed his sweat was his guarantee of quality. John, however, spent his first 6 months doing nothing but thinking and talking to others. He found 5 men who were better at masonry than him, and 3 who knew accounting. He didn't build a single brick himself. He built a team. Years passed. Peter completed his market, a small, stable, beautiful shop. He was exhausted. John, with his team, built a sprawling trading complex that supported 500 families. Peter's income was limited by his own energy. John's income was limited only by his vision. He used the minds and bodies of others to build his monument. Most people spend their lives being the lever for someone else's dream. The forbidden math is to become the architect of your own. The second principle is a force of nature so powerful, it has been called the 8th wonder of the world, compounding. But what the rich do not tell you is that compounding works both ways. It is either the engine that carries you to the summit or the chain that drags you to the bottom. Most of the world is trapped by compound debt, interest payments that multiply faster than they can be paid, keeping families enslaved for generations to systems they do not understand. The forbidden math is to reverse this equation. It is to find the single penny and protect it. Take the legendary story of the chessboard and the grain of rice. The inventor of the game was asked by his emperor to choose a reward. He asked only for this: a single grain of rice on the first square, 2 grains on the second, 4 on the third, and so on, doubling for each square. The emperor, thinking this was a simple and cheap request, agreed. But by the 10th square, it was 512 grains. By the 32nd square, it was a mountain of rice that could feed the entire kingdom for centuries. And by the 64th square, the number of grains exceeded the total number of rice grains that could possibly be produced on Earth. Most people look at a financial decision and see the result of next year. The forbidden math looks at the decision and sees the result of next decade. Wealth is not a sprint. It is the absolute surrender to the relentless force of consistency over time. The final law is the hardest to master. It is the law of emotional stability. It is the absolute control of fear and greed. Markets, economies, and companies are made of humans. Humans are emotional, volatile, and predictable in their panic. When the 99% feel fear, they sell and run. When they feel greed, they chase the highest peak. The forbidden math knows that the masses are almost always wrong at the extremes. There is a story told about a grand old market timer who, during the peak of the greatest mania the world had ever seen, was asked why he wasn't buying like everyone else. Everyone was getting rich. The news headlines were screaming about infinite growth. The old man smiled and said, "The time to sell is when the shoeshine boy starts giving you stock tips." He understood that when euphoria reaches the bottom, the collapse is certain. The masters of wealth are not emotional. They are rational. They have done their math. They do not watch the daily fluctuations. They do not react to headlines. Their foundation is a system so robust that no emotional storm can shake it. The forbidden truth is that wealth is not built in the sunshine. It is built in the quiet, dark moments when everyone else is in panic, and only a select few are brave enough to follow their math. You have heard the 3 hidden laws: leverage, compounding, and emotional stability. They are not secrets to be kept in a vault. They are principles that are available to anyone with the patience to learn and the courage to act. The only question that remains is, will you continue to be the lever for another man's dream? Or will you begin to build your own? If you have found the quiet math of wealth fascinating, if this conversation has shifted the way you view your own potential, subscribe and share this forbidden lesson with others. Let the masters of their own destiny multiply. Welcome to the invisible game. May you find the strength to master it. See you in the next masterclass.